So I reckon I found the unluckiest football club of the last 50 years. More information? Do you want some? I'll give it you. 1979, the Alliance Premier League is founded.
This was the first league outside of the professional leagues that would feature clubs across the entire nation. The National League now, this was it in its original form.
The year 1985 was exciting for Danish band a-ha and English club Wealdstone FC, who won the Alliance Premier League.
Automatic promotion hadn't yet been introduced. Back then, if you won the Alliance Premier League, you applied to enter the English football leagues. Wealdstone asked the EFL to take on me. The EFL said no.
Their football ground, Lower Mead, didn't meet Football League stadium requirements, so the club were not eligible for promotion.
The taxman's taken all my dough and left me in my stately home, blazing on a sunny afternoon.
Hi, my name's Adam Hills. First and foremostly, I'm a supporter of Wealdstone Football Club. Wealdstone as a club is a club with a huge amount of pride. It's a club that probably shouldn't be around anymore.
1988, 3 seasons after winning the Alliance Premier League, Wealdstone were relegated. 1991, financial problems hit.
They hit hard. The owners had to sell Lower Mead, their home since 1922, to Tesco in order to stay in existence. And there was no club card discount.
That is the Tesco where Lower Mead used to be. If you look on the roof, the weather vane there, that is a reference to the fact that this used to be a football ground. People playing football. This was once the home of hundreds of passionate, loyal football fans. Now it's the home of baked beans. As if Wealdstone needed any more misfortune, the company that handled the sale of Lower Mead to Tesco went into liquidation during the process of the sale, and Wealdstone Football Club actually ended up receiving very little of the money that Tesco spent.
Is there animosity towards Tesco itself, or?
Is there animosity to Tesco's? Wealdstone have always been a musical bunch, and we had a fundraising CD, and one of the songs on that CD is called I Hate Tesco's.
All I've got's this sunny afternoon.
What should have been a big sale to buy the club a new ground and to fund loads of things, it never materialised that way, and we ended up being Nomadic and quite frankly hemorrhaging a load of money, and we were so close to going out of business.
Suddenly Wealdstone are homeless. They have next to no money, and so their next move was quite a risky one.
The club signed up to a ground share with Watford at Vicarage Road. 92. Whilst the nation's eyes were focused on the newly introduced Premiership, Wealdstone FC were relegated again. So in 93, they began a 2-season ground share at the Warren, home of Yedding.
Not Reading, Yedding, with a Y. But the question isn't why, it's where. Where are Wealdstone FC going to play next? By 1995, the club were placed into administration and made the big decision to voluntarily relegate themselves 2 divisions so they were in a more locally based league and could afford the travel costs to football matches. I think the club felt they needed to leave Yedding because the attendances had got as low as 200 there. It clearly wasn't a place that the supporters wanted to call home.
Wealdstone then joined a new ground share with Edgware Town at the White Lion Ground. Wealdstone settled into life in their new ground share and enjoyed a successful end to the 90s.
Perhaps only the Spice Girls can say they had a better decade in the 90s than Wealdstone FC. But can the Spice Girls say they achieved back-to-back promotions up the English non-league football pyramid system?
Arm up by Charles. Charles ready to flick it in. It goes in. It's headed in. It's out! It's a goal! Yes! It's a goal for Wealdstone! We're going 3-2 up in the last minute of the goal! It's gone mad in Hollywood!
I can't believe it.
Wealdstone can't believe it!
I cannot believe what I've just seen. You can't say it's not been deserved.
99. Wealdstone finished in a promotion place again.
However, they were denied promotion due to the fact that they had not completed the relevant ground improvements needed at their new Edgware Town home. Just as you think.
In 2005, Wealdstone began a new ground share, moving to Chestnut Avenue, home of Northwood.
Northwood, but Wealdstone wouldn't stay there for long.
In 2008, Wealdstone acquired a local sports and social club. They then began their ascendancy through the football pyramid, finding themselves in the 6th tier of English football by 2014.
– 2017 looked to be a promising year for Wealdstone FC, who looked like they may achieve promotion to the National League, the 5th tier, the division below the professional leagues. Don't say it. I'm gonna have to say it. The club was told that they would be ineligible to achieve promotion to the National League. They missed the cut-off point to meet ground grading requirements.
Sitting on a park bench, years away from fighting. I had to cut a love story short, I lost my mind.
Imagine, this is actually how you build an advantage on a match day, because if you think there are football clubs that used to be in the Premier League, Oldham used to be a Premier League club, how do you make sure you humble them when they come to visit it? This is the shower. Legend has it that you come out of this dirtier than when you got it.
We've got, I think, around 1,200 season ticket holders, of which half of those are concessions. Loads of kids behind that goal there with, you know, hundreds of kids in there trying to make a bit of a noise and get it going.
Do you think that there were supporters here through the turbulent times that were tempted to change allegiance to a more successful club?
No.
In 2020, Wealdstone FC achieved promotion to the National League for the first time in 32 years. And they're allowed. What a moment that must have been.
The club have now established stability in the National League.
I think for some people, you say to them, or they ask you, who do you support? And you say Wealdstone. And they go, and who's your proper team? And for a lot of people, no, Wealdstone is their team, their only team. This was part of the away dressing room, as it was.
Oh wow.
So in fact, maybe that one was the home one, but then they reclaimed it here to make it a bigger. The fact that we've stayed in this league as up until this season a part-time side is a story, a truly remarkable story in itself. A lot of that success, I think, was attributed to our previous manager, and we're on manager number 7 in just over a calendar year.
Really?
Yeah. So Stuart Maynard, who's now sitting second in League 2 with Notts County, he developed a brand of football here which wasn't to everyone's taste, but we had a real clear identity, very possession-based. He left for Notts County last January, and we changed managers last week, by the way. Matt Taylor, Premiership era Matt Taylor, went off to Solihull, and we've now just appointed Neil Gibson, who made his name in the Welsh leagues.
You know, if it goes well with him, how do you bribe him to stay, you know, cook him some good pies?
I think it's...
Do you have to threaten?
We have to do things differently. And again, that plays to the identity of where this club is at the moment. And actually, I really love that. The fact that we've gone to get someone who's been successful in the Welsh leagues, whether his time here is successful or not, who knows, we'll see. Like I say, it's part of almost the modus operandi of this club, that they have to think outside of the box to survive. Yeah, we've got our work cut out this year. So many years ago, we had Football Focus here. And up there's a sign that says, in memory of Mim. Mim was one of the greatest, one of our much loved fans who sadly passed a few years ago. And when Football Focus was here on FA Cup first round day, Dan Walker referred to Wealdstone as Wealdstone, and Mim very quickly put him right and said, it's Wealdstone. Good girl.
In the summertime,